Alright, hey guys, this is the video on comparative advantage, second video in this episode. So let's go at it. Comparative advantage. Okay, so comparative advantage deals with something called opportunity cost, which I'm going to talk about right now. You gotta know what this is before you start. Opportunity cost is exactly what it sounds like. The cost of opportunity. Think about it this way. Let's say you have two choices. You could go to the mall. I'll make it like a store looking thing. Go to the mall with your friends and shop, or you could stay at home and study for your AP macro test that you have the next day. So let's say you have 5 hours that you could spend doing stuff on Sunday, and you have to distribute that among these two activities. Let's say for the mall, you're going to go to the mall for 3 hours, and you want to study for 2 hours. Look at this. If you study for 2 hours and go to the mall for 3 hours, those 3 hours you go to the mall can't be spent studying. So you lost 3 hours at the mall that you could have spent studying. Likewise, you spent 2 hours studying that you could have spent at the mall. So opportunity cost is what you give to get. You give away 2 hours of study time to get 3 hours of mall time, and you give away 3 hours of mall time to get 2 hours of study time. So that's opportunity cost. The cost of losing out on one opportunity in exchange for another opportunity. So let's move on. Okay, so comparative advantage is usually going to come in the form of a graph similar to the absolute advantage graph. Actually, absolutely identical to the absolute advantage graph. So let's have Nintendo and EA again. Let's have Donkey Kong, Mario. Okay, Nintendo makes 20 Donkey Kong games, 40 Mario games, and EA makes 30 Donkey Kong games and 50 Mario games. No, my bad. And 20 Mario games. Yeah. Okay, let's make Donkey Kong's on the y-axis and Mario on the x-axis. So 2030. Oops. 30, 20. Okay. So 30, 20, 20, 40. So you can see that this curve, the 30 and the 20, that's obviously EA. While this curve, 2040, is obviously Nintendo. So you're going to want to put this in a chart similar to what we have up there, where we have Nintendo and EA. So now, that's a messy graph, my bad. Let's make it a nicer looking graph. Okay, so we're going to have Nintendo, EA, Donkey Kong game, and the Mario game. Okay, so I want to find out what's the opportunity cost of making a Donkey Kong game versus a Mario game. So that means how many Donkey Kong games do I have to stop making in order to make a Mario game? Because you can either make 30 Donkey Kong games, EA can either make 30 Donkey Kong games and 0 Mario games, or 20 Mario games and 0 Donkey Kong games. Because these numbers indicate the maximum amount of each game they can produce if they don't produce any of the other game. So if they allocate all of the resources to that game, that's how much they can produce. So, to find the opportunity cost, here's what you do. Let's get Nintendo's opportunity cost for making Donkey Kong. Right here it shows they can make 20 Donkey Kong games. So put 20 right here. This is going to be a fraction, so 20 is going to be in the denominator. The opportunity cost of what you're looking for, in this case the Donkey Kong game, is always going to go in the denominator. So that's Nintendo's. EA's for making Donkey Kong is 30. They can make 30 Donkey Kong games. So let's show that. Next, put the other number, the other game, how many Mario games they can make in the numerator. Nintendo can make 40, so we'll put that up here. And EA can make 20, let's put that up here. Alright, looks good so far. Let's do it for Mario 2. Now, for Mario, since now the Mario's in the bottom, the 40's in the bottom, and the Donkey Kong's in the top, it's just going to be the reverse of this. So we can just go ahead and skip and do 20 over 40 and 30 over 20. For those of you who didn't notice what we did, just take, again, in the denominator, put what you're looking for, the amount of Mario games they can make, which for Nintendo is 40. And in the numerator, put 20, the amount of Donkey Kong games they can make. What I was saying is that's just the exact opposite of the Donkey Kong opportunity cost. So that's the opportunity cost of making those games. Let's simplify that. 40 over 20 is equal to 2. And 20 over 30 simplifies to 2/3. Over here, 20 over 40 simplifies to 1/2. And 30 over 20 simplifies to 3 over 2. 3/2. Alright, so let's look at it this way now. When you're doing the Donkey Kong games, who has a lower opportunity cost? EA, 2/3 in comparison to Nintendo's 2. For Mario, it's Nintendo, half compared to EA's 3 over 2. So, this shows that EA has a lower opportunity cost in the production of Donkey Kong games, and Nintendo has a lower opportunity cost in the production of in Mario games. So, here's where we're going to go from this. Remember the absolute advantage sentence? Well, we're going to do a similar thing here. Let's do it like this. EA has the, I'm going to abbreviate, comparative advantage in the production of, my bad, tablet, in the production of now, what does it have a lower opportunity cost in? The production of Donkey Kong games, because it's 2/3 to Nintendo's 2 of Donkey Kong games. Given their lower opportunity cost, abbreviate OC, lower opportunity cost, and do the same thing to the absolute advantage where you compare them. So 2/3 to 2, and you finish out the same thing, given their fixed resources. Okay, that's all there is to comparative advantage. It's just who has the lower opportunity cost. So you can write that same sentence, but you can just switch this out. So let's write this for Nintendo. Look at Nintendo. They have a lower opportunity cost in the production of Mario games, because their opportunity cost is 1/2, and EA's is 3 over 2. So, Nintendo has the comparative advantage in the production of Mario games, given their lower opportunity cost, which is 1/2 to 3/2, given their fixed resources. So that's all there is to that, and this is how you get it from a graph and manage it. So keep on watching. The next video is the production possibilities curve, and after that is terms of trade, which deals a lot with comparative advantage, so keep this in your head right now.